Hello and welcome. Marvellous to be with you. Yeah, you can hear me. Hello. You'll get fed up of me doing that, won't you? It is lovely to be with you. This is the second hour of our one-day special, and it was so busy. In fact, two-thirds of the brand new gorgeous stencils from AALL have gone. They've fluttered out the building. So what you have got, first of all, you've got this big stencil which you'll be able to see over here. All the capital H's. So posh. This is absolutely exquisite. I mean, the detail in this, it is huge. When I put my hand in, look, it is huge. All of this detail is just sensational. It's such a pretty stencil. And something like that, I mean, you can easily pull elements out. So if you didn't want to use a full thing, you could pull elements out. Just using one wing, half of it, looks absolutely sensational. It's really elegant. So you've got the big stencil. You've then got the small stencil, but it actually isn't a small stencil, because again, when I put my hand in, it is the size of my hand. That has sold out individually. It's important to mention you can get elements individually, but that one has gone individually. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. You've then got the stamp. Now, what I love about the stamp, it's got that real collage vibe to it, which I adore, but it's dead easy to cut out. So you can cut the butterfly out of there if you want to. That has also sold out individually. So the only way to get the stamp and the smaller stencil is part of your one-day special. What can you do with it? What can't you do with it? I love this. Now, look at our Janet. Look at these little, like, brads that she's done. Janet, how have you done that? It looks like she's actually stamped on them. It must be rice paper or something. I'm not quite sure how she's done it, but that's well good. But I love that. She's used the background stamps that we've got. She's used that beautiful butterfly, but of course cut it out. So it's just a gorgeous butterfly. You know, you can mix it up. You can use it however you want. It's just a really good stamp. I love this. That's a bit of drama, isn't it? Boom, look at that. That's also from Janet. And what Janet's done there, so she's actually used, so the background, she's used your texture. She's used texture paint there, and then, so she's done the big butterfly, and then the smaller butterfly, can you see she's actually cut that out and layered it? So it layers up beautifully. I really like that because it does look really striking. And you know, like I was doing in the first hour, you know, obviously with the black, don't be too scared of using it because it makes the images pop. Whereas with this one, spritzing on, that looks like Distress Oxide sprays, and it just absolutely beautiful. I love this one. Now the work, look at that. Now let me make sure I'm holding it the right way around. Now, funnily enough, when our Alex were chatting about this, she said she'd like to go round it with a pen, then colour in. That's exactly what Janet's done. I mean, this is what Janet does, isn't it? You know, goes round with a pen. Can you see that detail? She's literally gone round the whole thing with pen, so it looks like a hand-drawn image. I mean, that must have taken her ages, but it's so effective. I really like that. It's absolutely stunning. And then use the other one, the little butterfly, to fill in. I will show you what I did in the last hour because I finished a project. That was in the first hour, so if you did miss it, please have a look on catch up, rewind, whatever it's called, because you will be able to watch that again. And that's that big butterfly on a canvas. I mean, it's just so stunning. It just pops. I'm really chuffed with that. Now, if you do want to get hold of this, it's your one-day special. It is flying out the door. You are making a saving, so it means you're only paying £19.97, under £20 today. I'll do my job this hour. 493323 is your item number. And £19.97 is all you're paying. Now, in the last hour, as I always do, I ask for pictures. Boom. And you have, oh, wow, this is from Gina. Gina, that is lush. That is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, that is really, really cool. Obviously, I asked for AALL Create, and that is an AALL Create. Wonderful collection. Stunning. Thank you ever so much. Love, love, love that. We've got another. So this one's from Anne. Let's have a look. Now, is this Anne? So Anne emailed in, didn't she? Is this the same Anne? Oh, Anne, thank you. So Anne emailed in to say how many goodies she got, and it were over 100, I think, with the stamps and the dies and the stencils and stuff. Just over 100. And I said, go on then, what have you been making? And she sent these in. Anne, I mean, oh, she's missing one set. Oh, gutted. Oh, well, who knows? Have a look on the website. Shop by brand. I bet, can I see the picture again? And I'll try and show off and try and guess which one she's missing. This is me just being a show off. I'm going to get really close to the screen, so whatever you do, don't come back or else you'll just see my head. I reckon you are missing. I tell you what you are missing, Janet. You're missing the little fairies, aren't you? Because you've got one. Yeah, no, there's some others. There's the other little fairies, and I bet you're missing the one who's just got a knicker. Oh, no, you've got the one with the knickers. So I wonder if it's... I wonder if it's the one with the fairies. Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, or is it the last one? Anyway, Anne, thank you. Sorry, I spent a lot of time doing that, didn't I? And that was literally just for my benefit. Brenda. Wow. Now, Brenda emailed in, because I was saying, right, who's collected the most All and Create? Because I think now we're collectors, aren't we? Well, some say we're hoarders, some say we're absolutely mad, but some say we're collectors, and we are. So I said, who's got the biggest collection? I wanted you to show off. Now, Brenda emailed in. Brenda's in the lead so far. So with the stamps and the stencils and the dies, Brenda's actually got, is it over 150? 150 All and Create items. Whoa! I didn't know they'd been that prolific. Brenda, thank you. Well done. That's for you. Email in if you do. Well done. But I bet you create some gorgeous things. I hope you keep digging them all out again and going back and going, oh, I forgot, I haven't used that one in ages. Anyway, email in either with pictures or, of course, to share how addicted you are to All and Create and how much you love them. studio@hochanda.com. Okay, please have a look at the website, hochanda.com. That's where you're going to see all the goodies that we have got in this hour. We have got a lot of goodies. Obviously, All and Create, they have been prolific. Do you know what I love about, well, I love a lot of things about this brand, but one of the biggies with All and Create, you can go back right to their first releases and they're still amazing. You know, that's a beautiful thing. They don't go out of fashion. They don't look old-fashioned. They don't look dated. They still look really modern and fresh and right on trend. I mean, they are definitely trendsetters. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Yeah. The brushes are protractor. See, a lot of those you will have seen before. They're stunning. Please check your baskets out on these, but do have a good perusal because there are so many beautiful, beautiful things on that website. Ah, Anne's missing the bird in the hand. Oh, thank you, Anne. I love how we're just having a little chat. It's right nice. Okay, it's just me and it's not just me and Anne. I know there's other people. Email in. Don't be shy. studio@hochanda.com. Right, okay, let's get crafting. So I was going to use a small butterfly, but I don't really know. Don't faff, Leonie. Just go. Mavis. Do you remember Mavis, everybody? I don't really know. Oh, Emily's young. Emily's one of those youngsters. She said, who's Mavis? Hayley just went, Molly, no, I bet Molly doesn't know either. Yeah, Molly won't know either. I don't really know. You won't know who that is either, will you? I don't really know. Wow. Molly were born in 1998. I mean, by then I were drawing my pension. Anyway. Yeah, we're getting ready for a millennium party.
That's 99. No, 2000.
Huh?
Matt's 2000.
Wow, Matt was born in 2000. Ah! He's never ever going to know. I don't really know. Anyway, I will move on. Sorry, everyone. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've got my stencil ready to go. You know, when you get, oh, there's a little bit, and I didn't even notice a little bit left in there. I'll get rid of that. So when you get your stencils, now, when stencils are cut, obviously laser cut, so you'll have a right way and a wrong way. it absolutely doesn't matter unless you're doing certain techniques. So I can tell that's the back of the stencil, if you will, because it's just got a slight sort of raised bit. It's absolutely teeny tiny. It doesn't really matter. However, for this technique, and then a couple of little bits. So just watch out, because it might be, I mean, they're absolutely perfectly cut, but can you imagine having to get all them bits out? That someone will have to do that, you know. Oh yeah, someone has to actually get all these little bits out. Can you imagine that job? I mean, the patience of, is it patience of Jove? Is that the expression? Another expression that people don't know. You must know that. Job, is it? The patience of Job. Patience of a saint, yeah, but I might have made that up as well. Patience of Job. Job, J-O-B, I think. I think it's a Bible thing, isn't it? A Bible thing, that sounds terrible. Okay, and I'm really moving on. So, what I'm done, I've already put acrylic paint on this. Now, the acrylic paints I'm using, I wanted a really nice thick acrylic paint. So I've used good old Pentart. I'm loving these creamy Pentart paints. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. So I've got a Pentart paint, pop it on my glass mat, loading my brayer up and starting brayer. Oh, now Anne has trumped it all. Anne knew, what was her name? Thelma Barlow, who played Mavis. Anne used to work at Granada Telly, did you, Anne? Oh my gosh, isn't that just spooky? Don't you think that's spooky? There's me doing Mavis impressions, and Anne used to work for Anne, who I'm absolutely having a chat with. Used to work at Granada. Me mate. Do you know, don't you think that's quite spooky? Well, I do. That's amazing, Anne. Hey, I bet that would go fun. I bet you got to meet all sorts of people there. I bet you have lots of tales to tell. Yeah, definite can of worm. I bet you've loads of tales to tell. What did you do at Granada? Oh, sorry. Chat with Anne. What did you do at Granada? Right, so the 1 day special, 3/4 of the stock has gone. But I would like to know what Anne did at Granada as well. So I'm brayering the paint on there. Okay. Then while that's wet, what I want to do is pop it on my cardstock. You want to get it on while it's wet. The reason I'm doing paint is because I want it really nice and rich and thick. I'm taking a little bit of paint off my brayer before I brayer over the top of that. Be quick, Leonie, because you don't want the paint to dry. So a little bit of paint off and then brayer over the top. Now, I'll obviously get paint moving on this, but I quite like that. I want that sort of splodginess round it, because I will be sort of building on that in a few moments. Okay. So, happy with that. So that's that layer. And then what I'm going to do, lift the stencil, hope that it hasn't dried too much. Might have dried a bit too much. But then put my embossing powder on. Now, I must admit, when I was playing with this, I only did half a butterfly. That worked because the paint was nice and wet. So when I did it, a lot of the embossing powder stuck to it. Because quite a lot was dried, not as much embossing powder has been has stuck. So if you do want to make sure you get a sort of a fuller wing, if you will, then just do half a wing. You could do half a wing at a time. I must admit, I quite like this anyway. You know, I quite like the sort of patchy design. I think it looks quite interesting. I mean, you don't have to put acrylic paint. You could just cover it with embossing pad, you know, and then it is actually sticky. That's what it's for. But I didn't want it perfect. I wanted it kind of mixed media-ish. I wanted it kind of distressed. So that's where I'm aiming for. Then I'm using gold glitter. It's one of the Wow powders, and it's a really pretty one. I thought that would look really nice with the blue. So just emboss that. And you see some of it where the paint was wetter, you'll obviously get more of your glitter. But it's quite pretty actually, because you've just got little bits here and there that have got that gorgeous gold on. Boom. So that's part A. As ever, I'm going to bore you because I'm doing my thing. Get this. I know, and I apologise for it all the time, so I'm going to stop doing that because it's a good way of cleaning your stencils, as you know. So just take my stencil brush, spritz it, get your stencil brush, and scrape that paint off the stencil. Now, there is a lot of paint on here. This will probably, because of the way it's, because of the way I'm doing this, it probably won't give me the stencil outline, but it doesn't matter because we saw with the technique earlier. You know, you can always then go back over it and spritz it because you've got the sort of outline of the design. But it's just a nice way of seeing what happens. It's one of those. See what happens. And actually, I probably didn't need to spritz it because my stencil brush were wet, which is why I'm thinking I won't get the detail through because my stencil brush were wet. And because of the way I'm scrubbing it, sometimes you don't get detail. Right, okay. Let's do that. Happy with that. Pop that in water. Give it another spritz. Let's go over the top with another piece of card. I get through a lot of card. When we've got card on the website, I'd absolutely go for it. The card I'm using at the moment, go print, that's off that side. Boom. The card I'm using at the moment is actually super smooth. So even your super smooth, you can get some really nice effects. I like that. I like that because it's got texture to it as well. So I really like that actually. So I'm going to let that dry. Then actually I'd like that if I painted the rest of it. So I think what I would do with it is take a paintbrush. I'm obviously not going to do it now, but with the paint that you've got and just, you know, fill that in. So it looks like an actual solid around the butterfly because I think that would look really, really effective. I love doing that. That's one of my favourites, again, one of my favourites. Right, okay, let's bring this in and let's start playing. So we've got loads of gorgeous, gorgeous stamps. Now, with this, obviously, I can start building. Now, because I've used that blue already, I want to bring that blue into the butterfly. The butterfly is my background. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick up some of the paint that I've got on here. So where I braided, it might have dried too much, but I'm hoping I'll be able to pick up, perfect, some of that paint. Now, I know my butterfly's my background, so I'm not worried about, you know, about this being perfect, because this is just sort of a nice mixed media background. With this now, that paint's drying, so I'm just going to spritz it and then pick up a little bit of paint. Anne's got back in touch, thank you, Anne. I love this. Oh, she worked on loads of different programs, but Crypt and Factor was her favourite. Oh, she met loads of interesting people, and she's got a lot of secrets. Oh, Anne. Well, oh, that's fabulous. I wonder, I'm dying to know all the secrets, Anne. And what did you do? Oh, I see more questions, Anne. But what did you do? So yeah, what was your actual job role, Anne? What? Contacts, Anne. Contacts. Could I be? Have you got contacts so I can just be an extra and just walk on Corrie? I mean, obviously, are they filming again yet? I think they are. But yeah, contacts, Anne, contacts. No, what did you do, Anne? Were you like in production, or were you an extra yourself, or, you know, yeah? Did you? Oh, what did you do, Floor? What were it? Now, I'm very nosy, Anne. So if you could email back, that would be marvellous. Okay, poor Anne. But I think, no, she's joining in. Okay, so I like that. So I've got the really nice sort of grungy background. Bring this back in again. So what I'm going to do, I might actually spritz over it. Let me, in fact, decisions. I'll actually stencil over this. And my stencil brushes are, got a dry one. So what I want to do is, because this is subtle, I'm going to make it come out a little bit, but I don't want it to be too emphasised, because it is still only my background. So just taking your stencil brush, And just, I'm not doing this the right way. What you should be doing is this. And that's, I'm impatient, you see. But look, it is working. I'm just too impatient, so I try and scrub it on. Whereas really, if you do it like this, you do get that that ink to go through the stencil. They're quite thick stencils, so your stipple brush is definitely the best tool, because your stipple brush, they're harder bristles, so it means when you do this, it's actually working, and you can see it's working its way through the stencil. Hold that down and just have a little look. Yeah, I love that. So it's just colouring in slightly. I'm then going to take a spritzer as well, so just to add to my layers. Oh no, before I, oh yeah. Sorry, I'm changing my mind about 30 times, aren't I? So just spritz as well. That blue might be a bit dark actually. I did use yellow. The one I was playing with earlier, I used yellow, but the yellow was a bit too yellow. So I thought, oh, I'll go dark. Yeah, now it's gone just seriously all blue, hasn't it? Don't panic, because you've got rice paper or, you know, whatever you've got to lift off. So let me just, my rice paper is all a bit meh. So just lift off. Oh, I'm going to take that off first, because obviously you can get a nice print off that. Oh, quite like that though. But look, if you just lift off excess, it's stained, so I'm a bit slow this time. But I quite like that. In fact, I like that a lot. So I'm happy with it. It's a good job, isn't it? No, I'm happy with that. And it's emphasised it as well. So all I'm going to do, I'm not going to faff too much, because I've faffed a lot, haven't I, in this one. I feel I have been a little bit more faffier this time. It's another... Oh, we're only 21 minutes. Oh, yeah, I haven't faffed that much. Amazing, I'll carry on. Okay, again, doing my normal thing, taking another spare. This is why you need, when you're buying your cardstock, this is, you know, buy in bulk. Because obviously you get through tons of cardstock doing this. But you get some cool prints, or you get things, I mean, that one, you know, you get some really nice, I mean, look at that print. See, I love, isn't it interesting? I mean, that, I really adore that. When you start working, it'll be like, oh, I prefer that one. You'll do it a lot. You'll do it a lot where it'll be like, oh, actually, can I work on that one now? But finish off what you started. So, got that. I like that. So I'm going to take some of my beautiful little stamps. That's that background stamp again. Really like the background stamp, because there's so much you can do with it. And the title is amazing. So this is called Background Noise. Now, I know I'm going to cut this down. Because I'm going to cut it down, I'm going to start adding little elements in. I'm going to go in with black, because I always use black, because I like the strength of it. It's interesting, actually, because when our abs works, a lot of time he won't use black. He'll use like a grey or something. I love how we're all slightly different, you know, with the different colours and things that we use. So just layering now. Now, this is now where you start making your own kind of collage backgrounds, and these stamps are beautiful for that. You know, you start layering. Don't worry about seeing a full image. That definitely isn't what we're aiming for. We're just aiming to create some really cool, and look, I'm balancing it out, some really cool collage elements. These are such good stamps for this. You'll get so much use out of this. Let me make sure that's the right way around. And I'll just pop that there like that, and that there like that. Yep, I'm happy with that. Now, what I would do, I would actually bring, we have got the stencils on the show. You could add different layers and everything. I mean, there's so many ways of working it, but let me show you this. So, I'll just chop this down like this, and then pop it on black. And the lovely thing is, as usual, as soon as you put it on black, it changes. I do love it. Our Haley's just getting ready to go down counter. And our Christine went, oh, you're a bit taller than Leonie. Yes, she is. Like everybody, apart from Paula. Me and Paula, we're at little uns, aren't we, for sure. How tall am I? I'm 5'1". That one means a lot. That one, it's like, I'm 5'1". Don't lose the one. Yes, I'm tall enough. Okay, so what I'm going to do, stencil. Now, remember, you've got all these gorgeous stencils on the show. So if you do want any of the stencils, check your baskets out. I'm not sure which bundle that one's in. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. And I'm going through, just stenciling through and just adding a little bit of detail. Look at that. See, I love it how it comes together. And it's funny, you know, sometimes you think, what have I done? And and everybody does it. And it's terrible when you're on live TV because there's no getting away. We were literally talking about this before. There's no getting away with it when you're on live TV. Sometimes you do something and think, it's not my best work. But just build on it. Just build, just play, and all of a sudden they'll all come together. If you want the butterfly to pop out even more, then you could go around with a drawing pen. I'm not going to because I actually really like that. And as soon as you put it on black cardstock, it's a bit wet yet, so I'm not going to glue it down. But look how cool it looks on black cardstock. And then, to finish it off, you can just pop. Now, as soon as you pop that, doesn't it draw everything in? You know, it brings it all together. Obviously, to finish that off, you know what it needs, don't you? Some splatters. So, just to finish it off, last touch. So, I'm going to get a little bit of white gesso. My paintbrush, thinner paintbrush, which is there. And then just a tiny bit of water, just to water that down. And your splatters will be your absolute finishing touch. And I love it because you actually don't really need much. There. Do that. And I'm very happy with that one. Oh, Anne, I love it. So Anne, what did Anne do? Oh. Anne marked application papers that were sent out to applicants. She said she did loads of different jobs. So when they came to location, she used to take the photo. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I bet you saw all sorts. A bit of everything, she said she did. How interesting. That's ace, Anne. I bet it were a brilliant job, that. I bet... Oh, I'm asking more questions. How long were you there, Anne? Were you there years and years? I bet it were brilliant. Oh, Anne, I'm just playing now while I was chatting to you. Okay. Just have to swap numbers. There you go. See, that's all I'd do. The drips, enough. That's absolutely enough. I would glue that on, obviously. But the butterfly, I like the butterfly because it's really, it's delicate. I'd be tempted to start faffing about with my drawing pen, which I probably will do. I can see I'm still going to faff, so I'll walk away. Shall I show you the one I were working on? See, that were the one I were working on. Can you see there's loads more embossing powder on that one? See? Yeah. But then I got carried away with the yellow, you see. But I were going to chop it in half and have it like that, which would also look, yeah, that looks cool and all, doesn't it? Just like that. But anyway, there you go. That's where I were going. That's where I ended up. Boom. Now, if you do want anything, do check your baskets out. Our Haley is going to give you a little rundown of the counter to see the other goodies. Over to you.
I certainly am. And what a bundle of goodies. Love that stencil. Now, your one-day special with that demonstration from Leonie has pushed it so as 80% of the stock has gone. Now, between friends, I don't mind if you don't listen to a word that I say now. What I want you to do is make sure you get hold of the one-day special, though, because, of course, when 80% of the whole day stock has gone, then I do not want you to miss out on this at all. And especially that butterfly stencil. I mean, how amazing was that? I just love to get that on some fabric, maybe on a shirt or the back of a jacket. You could have loads of fun with that. And that's the beauty of this. It's such a versatile bundle because you've got your different sizes of your butterfly stencil, as you can see there, and that incredible butterfly stamp as well. And of course, straight away as you look at this, you can see that all and create kind of influence within here. Olga has captured these absolutely beautifully, and the design team and Leonie have had so much fun with these, because that is the beauty of this. Whether you're going dark and grungy, whether you're going bright and vibrant, whether you're going kind of autumnal or sepia. I love the fact that I'm talking now and it's the busiest point of the show. That's okay, we're still friends, I don't mind that at all. But it's one of those things, you can use it in so many different ways. I mean, here, look at that, beautiful with all those gorgeous kind of pinks and purples in there as well. And there you can see, again, the simplicity of this one. We only referenced this one in the 6 o'clock show, showing that if you're using the stamp, just the stamp by itself, as you can see there, as the centre point of that card, but then you don't really need to do much more than that, because that is the beauty of it. It allows you to do all those wonderful things with these without having to put too much time in there if you don't want to. It might be you want to do something quick and easy. But again, then you can build on it. So what you learned creating your card there, transfer it over onto a tag, build the tag up. Love the way that the tag almost represents the abdomen there of the butterfly. But then completely change it out by going all deep and dark with this. And I love this black cardstock there. I mean, how amazing is that with the interference coming through? Again, the stencils, using them in so many different ways. I mean, here, look at this, just a mere hint of colour coming through. Really gives that gorgeous, and I love the almost like ethnic feel that you've got with this particular design coming through there. And then, yeah, turn it up, bring the colour back in. That is the thing with this. You have got the ability to do this on so many different levels and in so many different ways of crafting. Again, now, I mean, look at that as a little gift bag created there. Just turns it into something totally different. And of course, as Leonie's shown us with canvases as well, you can get some incredible results with this over and over again. Such a versatile one-day special, and that's why you guys are loving it so much. And the fact that you're paying less than £20 for it. I mean, it's not often we have a one-day special with that kind of price point. So there might be many of you getting involved that haven't got involved with All and Create previously, because of course that means it's an affordable way for you to get involved. 493-323 if you're wanting to get hold of yours. £19.94. Oh, that'll be because I knocked that off, but I don't know where it came from. Was it kind of there? Oh, down there. But the other way around. Left a bit, right a bit. There's another show. Do you remember Bernie the Bolt? Leonie and Christine all remember Bernie the Bolt. Was it Bernie the Bolt? Bernie the Bolt. When, it was left a bit, right a bit with the crossfire thing. Anyway, I was only a little wee. Anyway, off we go. 493-323. Little trip down memory lane there. So what else can we show you? Well, we've got loads. We've got some wonderful stamps. And of course, that style that you see from All and Create transfers into so many different areas. They've got a huge range of different fabulous designers who all pull those designs together. But it means that it doesn't matter whether you're working with one particular designer like Olga, or whether you're working with Tracy Evans. Everything works really well together. Can't believe I hear that. Can you hear that? They were going to Tinternet to find out who Bernie the Bolt was. I think his name was it Ernie? Might have been. No, he was a milkman. He was a milkman, wasn't he? So there you go. All and Create. We've got a lovely set of A6 stamps here now. Golden Shot. That's the one. Have you never heard? 1967. You see, that was the year of my birth. I don't remember it from that. It was a Brummie, wasn't he? Yeah, there you go, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Probably next door neighbour.
Now check these out. These are brilliant because you have got loads of stamps within here. And again, so many creative elements within here, as you can see. £25.97. You've got all of these coming in there. You've got Noise, Colour Theory and Pen and Ink. And again, the Pen and Ink, the one that you've got there, it's almost like a signature design that you see from All and Create, but you're building these up time and time again. The colour, I mean, it's got practical abilities with this one as well, to be fair, because you could actually use this as a true colour wheel, as you can see with this lovely little kind of tag book that we've got here. Because the beauty is, this is a reference guide that you could go back to time and time again. Within here, you can see all the colours being used there, different gradients of colour. This could be a record for the different colour pens that you've got, or the different gradients you can get when you're doing your blends and your mixes. So it really is a really practical, I love that, I like that idea there. £25.97. Again, brilliant value for money. So at 645, 685 if you are fancying those. Now stencils. This one is beautiful. This is really pretty. I love this. Clever fusion, this one, because you've got two of the most popular elements that many of us crafters work with, butterflies and flowers, and they're coming together within this stance. I mean, how beautiful is that? And of course, the gorgeous thing is you could actually use one half of the butterfly, flip it over and create your full butterfly if you wanted to. And again, with your flowers here, you could use those, flip that over and create again. It's called Elegance, and I think exactly as you can see there, that is exactly what you've got here, a very elegant design. Love the fact that you've kind of got that meandering edge there as well. So it's not a harsh edge, it's not sat within a square or a rectangle. So you can use just little bits of that to add a little hint and maybe just isolate a little area here, maybe if you're wanting to sit in a particular design. Beautiful design there. So 376318 if you're wanting those, just £10.99. Quality of these is incredible. They're going to last you years as long as you're looking after them. Next one, nice one. This one's called Abundance, and straight away you've got that gorgeous kind of mandala centre to this one. Really pretty design. Good size as well. And again, the shape of this means you'll be able to use it in lots of different ways. It's going to be able to get into corners, it's going to be able to be a border, and building up as a frame as well. Absolutely beautiful. And whether you just wanted to use just little tiny swirls as you've got there, as you can see, or maybe using the floral elements at the end there, maybe you're going to be using it vertically and literally have that along the base of a card, almost building up a garden scene, or maybe using that beautiful mandala in the centre there. It's giving you scope all from one stencil and for less than a tenner. That's the key thing. So 647-164. If you fancy that one, then that one can pop into your basket at the same time as all your other goodies as well. Now there's lots and lots. I'm going to keep going. We're going to be heading to Leonie in a few minutes though, so don't worry, we're not going to be too much longer. But we've got some lovely sets of stencils for you. Now these are in sets of 4. So, see the details on your screen there, and I know Leonie has worked with these. There's a lot within here, a lot. And again, using them in different ways. So, are you going to trace them out? Are you going to use them to ink through? Are you going to add a little hint, just a part of the design, or are you going to use it in its entirety? It is up to you, totally up to you. Love this one. I mean, how much detail has gone on with this one? Tracing it out and colouring it in. Absolutely beautiful. But again, it might be that you've got a square or a rectangle to fill. You could just use part of that quite easily, couldn't you, to fill that area that you're wanting to work with. Do you like that one? Very kind of retro 80s look about it, like it. £18.99, not just for the one, but for all 4 of these. And 365394 is the item number for that particular one. Another set for you with this particular one, and again, similar sort of size, similar, I mean, obviously the quality is amazing with all of these, but different stars. Now, we've got some brilliant names. Mickle Muckle. That's kind of, you could imagine that Ali only saying something like that. It's a mickle muckle, isn't it? It's a mickle muckle. There you go.
Harry Potter, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Now, quadrilaterals, okay. Are they muscles? Oh no, they're usually quads. That's something different. Floralester and your Barbary stars. Yeah, all my quadrilaterals are killing me. Now, this is a nice idea. And this is something you could quite easily trace out these designs, pop them into your art journal, and then kind of play with those when you're on your travels, when you're at work, in your lunch hour, all those different opportunities, because you've laid down the outside and then you add in the finer detail. Again, use them in loads of different ways. They're square, but they don't have to be. On this one here, you can see easily you're going to be able to do that kind of design matching there, turn it into, well, go vertically, go horizontally, make a border, make a frame, entirely up to you. Again, it's adding those layers of interest, and that's what we all love, and that's why All and Create is such a popular brand with us here at Hochanda, because that's what they do. They add the layer and detail with many of their stamps, but they give us the ability to do exactly that ourselves as well, by building up with the stencils, adding in those wonderful stamps that they bring to us time and time again, and just keep going until we make our own creations. So £18.99 for that set again at 154835, and then the last set that I'm sharing with you, again, beautiful. That's what you're getting with these. They're all exactly the same size as well, which I like this, because you could kind of keep them all together and almost have like a little little file system with all of them in there, keeping them condensed together. Again, another 4 stencils, again, another size that's going to be compatible with everything else. But again, you can build them up with these as well. So 627028. And again, whether you're using them as a background, whether you're using them with the elements that we've seen already today, love this idea. The butterfly there with the light bulbs in there, because quite often you'll see that, won't you? That area lighter within a butterfly, but what a clever idea. Love it. 629028. If you're wanting these, again, £18.99. £2.99. Now, the weekend is nearly upon us, so that will mean that on Sunday morning we have some brand new 7-day savers, but until then we have them available at these discounted prices. So on this particular one, a wonderful papercraft collection where you've got things like your tweezers, your knife, adhesives in there, and more. Ooh, exclamation mark. £18.99, you're saving £9 on these, but only up until 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. Try again, 743 942 if you're fancying those. Now, something else that we've got, this is a bumper bundle for you. This is World of Crafts. And what you've got here is a variety of card blanks and vellum inserts, 88 pieces in total, and what a saving, my goodness, that's huge. Oh, look, cute little a bit of football in there as well. Oh, it's a nice selection, this one. £22.99. 147533. It's a little bit of a delay with regards to this one. It's only the 20th of July, but it will be dispatched to you as soon as that date becomes available, and you'll still get that discounted price. Another one to consider. Now, this one is something that you need to go online for. So if you've got your scan and cut and you fancy some additional designs, then this is going to give you 125 of them. You need to register an account with them in order to use this, but you just literally pop in the details and you will find that they will kind of add to your library. So £17.99, 919719 if you are fancying those. But of course, it's time to head back over to see what Leonie's up to. What are you up to, mate?
Oh, making a mess, love. Standard. I'm having a lovely time, actually. So what I thought was, I wanted to show you. So with your stencils, if you're using stencils like this, oh, I've gone through all my card stock, that's hilarious. I have got a big bundle of card. And I must, again, it is the cardstock I'm using currently. Actually, the cardstock I'm using at the moment, I've been using a mixture. This is stencil card from Clarity. I've also been using the pink frog. Sorry, all the pinks. The pink frog stencil card as well. So, sorry, pink frog super smooth, but I'm using Clarity stencil. So I am using a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So, okay, thank you to Emily for that. I won't be saying the song that Emily's singing in my head. I don't actually recognise it. So what if you're using stencil paste? Okay, the thing is with stencil paste, so if you go on like this, now actually I'm going to say it could be tricky, but I think this is going to be really easy now. The Pentart one I'm using, it is really gorgeous. It's like a mousse. It's a beautiful stencil paste. I've got to use really light pink, which is a bit silly on white card because you probably won't be able to see it. I'm only going to do half a wing just because. So of course, you can use your normal stencil paste. This would look beautiful with glitter over the top then, wouldn't it? Absolutely beautiful. When you put it on with your palette knife, obviously it's a little bit tricky to control the edges. So if you're doing that and you think, oh, I don't want all those edges, there's a couple of ways of doing this. So while that's still wet, if you then take your finger, you're still going to obviously get some of the paste around the edge because you can't physically remove it, but you can lift it. So it doesn't need to be quite as thick around the edges. I mean, this has got a beautiful pearlescent sheen, so you're still going to get that, but it can look really quite effective. So that's one way of getting the edges, and then when I lift the stencil, that is gorgeous, isn't it? That is so beautiful. So that is, the detail is phenomenal. Yeah, and that's because it's such a gorgeous, thick stencil. So that's one way of putting your stencil paste on. The other way, and I'll just give this a little bit of a spritz. So this really is a technique demo as opposed to a faffy demo, which you'll be glad to know. So with this one, I'm cleaning it, look folks, properly with a cloth and everything. I mean properly, that's about as proper as I get. But I'm just getting the stencil paste off for this demo. So what I want on this demonstration is, oh, you know when all of a sudden you're hungry? Literally just all of a sudden it's gone, oh, I'm really hungry. Sharing that. Don't know why I'm sharing that really. I mean, there's not much you can do at home, is there? Take away. I'm only joking. I made me tea. Shut up, Leonie. Stop talking about food. So this one, now. That is, so on the last demonstration, cleaning my stencil. So we're cleaning the stencil, we've got that print there. So now I can fill in. But this time, if you want it more specific, use your finger. So taking from the pot, and I'm actually going to go in, I wouldn't normally use dark blue with this because I'd like a lighter colour, but just because I want you to really see it, I'm going to use a darker blue. Again, this is a Pentart. Now, what I love about this, if you do this and just brush it out like this, you won't actually fill it in. You'll just get little sort of hints of the detail, and I really like that. You're also in control, so you're deciding sort of where you're putting the paste. You might not actually want to completely fill it. It's a bit easier to control what's around the outside as well, so it means that you might not get as much around the outside. You'll still get some around the outside, I'm sure, but it might not be quite as much as if you were using your actual tool. So again, I might just do one wing. Oh my good grief. Right, the 1 day special is approaching limited. If you do want this, you are going to have to check your baskets out. It is very, very busy. Even at this time of night, very busy. It's, oh yeah, we're back on the free view, aren't we? Marvellous. But yeah, very busy. So if you want it, please check your baskets out. And these beautiful butterflies will be the winging the way to you. So I'm taking my time, which is quite nice actually. It's quite restful. We like a little bit of mindful crafting, don't we? And then, so where it's a bit thicker, and there's some bits I'm not bothering with, there's some bits I'm leaving. Again, where it's moved a bit, get your brush. So I'm just going to get my brush. I'm not getting my water brush this time, I'm just getting my paint brush. Take some of the water off and just bleed that out. It's a bit better when it's wet because it's stencil paste. So because it's stencil paste, it dries really quickly. And especially because I am using stencil card, you haven't got the same kind of a give on your stencil card. But actually, it moves pretty well. I don't know why it's funny, I go through moods of cardstock. Well, truth be known, I've just got more stencil card than I have watercolour cardstock. That's the truth of it. But it's quite nice working on different cards, on different surfaces, because you get different effects, which is really interesting. Okay, quite like that. And you'll be able to fill these bits in, and then when I lift this away, look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? And if I give that a sheen, you'll be able to see the colour properly. Isn't that just stunning? And I quite like just doing half the wing. I think that looks really effective. Obviously, it's nice if you do the other half of the wing as well. As usual, to clean the stencil, so if I take my stencil card... Oh, stop faffing. Okay. Oh, let's use a bit of watercolour card for a change. Okay. The other reason I haven't used watercolour card as much with this collection is because with watercolour card, if you're doing some prints, because watercolour card is textured, sometimes you won't get the detail. So actually the stencil card is brilliant because it's smooth, so you really get detail. But look, with the watercolour card, I've spritzed it with water, and now hopefully, because I'm using my stencil brush, I'm not scrubbing, hopefully we'll get a fair bit of detail with this. And it's a nice small watercolour card. This is definitely Pink Pig, this one. So, Pink Frog, oh gosh. I get so confused with all my pinks. And I haven't learnt. It just drives me nuts. Yeah, we got your Pink Ink, Pink Frog, Pink Fresh. But it's all the pinks. And then... oh, a Pink Fresh on tomorrow. Fabulous. And then Pink Pig, all the pinks. Look, okay, fingers crossed. Beautiful. Cleaning your stencil. That's why, as I always bang on about, boring, boring, but doesn't it look super? Shall we make this one into a piece? So what I am going to do, just spritz on that just to make sure I haven't ruined it, because obviously I don't want... it's a paste. When you're using your paste... if you clean it, then, because this is such a detailed stencil, so if you spritz it and then go over it with your cloth, stick it in warm water and it'll be absolutely fine. I mean, you know me, I don't, but if you are, I know a lot of people make sure it's properly clean, but I mean, look, it's cleaned up pretty well as that, so I'm not too worried. They get thicker and thicker as you work with them when you do that. So taking that, let's just get, I've only got 5 minutes, let's just get, now this is that other beautiful stencil that we've got on the show. This one's called Elegance, and it is absolutely stunning. Such a pretty stencil. I'll just move those out my way because obviously I haven't got much time at all. What I'm going to do is just stencil through this. I am going to use the same stencil brush because it's dry, so I'm hoping I'm not. And this is going to be really subtle, but I think that'll be quite pretty, you know, just adding detail. And I love this because you've got, half of it is obviously the butterfly wing, but then the other half of it, you've got these beautiful detailed flowers. So you can really mix up what you're doing with it. It's just such an interesting stencil. I can see where I'm working, so I'm not going over the butterfly wing, so I'm just creating that little bit. And look, it didn't look like there were hardly anything on that, but it's created that really pretty border along there, and I think that's all I need for that. I don't think I need anything else there. I'm then going to take one of my other gorgeous stencils. I'm attempting to work a little bit quicker now. Talk less, work quicker. Oh, in fact, I won't because of time. How much time have I got? I've got paste on everything, so I'm trying not to put anything down with my pasty bits. So I do love these. Now, this is the other stencil stamp set that we've got from Tracy, and this is Ace. The pen and ink one is fabulous because, again, you've got elements on here that are just perfect for creating that really nice sort of mixed media kind of look. I mean, the numbers are fab. They just look so good. You've got numbers, you've got just your letters, your A, B, C. And that, I really think that's cool. I bet I'm not going to finish this, am I? Because I'm faffing. So you've got all these little elements like this. See, so just working those. You've got really good splatters as well in this one. So you've got a few of those splatters. So I'll put one there, one there. And I'm just being quite obsessive and working on that corner. I'm also going to work on this corner as well. So just getting them to match up, marry up. So you've got both of those corners. Same stamps. Oh, I shouldn't do that or else I'll stamp everything upside down. Okay, just creating that there, which I love. And then you have got your beautiful pen, because it's the pen and ink one. You've got the gorgeous quill, and then you've got the pen, and of course you've got the ink. So we're going to pop that just going along the side there, which I adore. And this one, you have got the creative in this one. So rather than stamp and emboss it like I did last time and put it on, I'm going to pop it on here like this. And I'm hoping it, if it didn't stand out enough, I'd stamp it again and put it on cardstock. So that I would actually stamp that and put it on cardstock because I want that to pop more. So that's what I'd do with that one. I'll do that probably tomorrow sometime. I was going to say tonight, but I'm hungry, so it ain't going to be tonight. I'm going home. And then let me just stamp, in fact. Now then, so how's the one day special? Okay, your one day special is now limited stock. We have literally only launched it this evening. It is limited stock. If you do, it'll definitely sell out overnight, won't it? There's just no doubt about it. Yeah, you have to check your baskets out now. Limited stock. I'm not surprised. It's beautiful. It's lovely to work with as well. And you can see how easy. I mean, that is easy. You know, it's actually cleaning your stencil and you're creating that gorgeous, gorgeous background effect, which is just so simple. Please check your baskets out with this. I know it is going to sell out. Obviously, we have contingency plans, so don't panic for the morning, but we don't know how long the contingency plans are going to last either. Whipping round, and if you let your card just go in a bit, when you whip round, you'll go into the centre, which I want to do because I think that looks really, really effective. I've only got a minute, so all I do with that is actually bit of black card. Oh, or Emily, no. And this is Pink Frog. It's a bit too big, but I will cut it down. But look how good that looks. Do you know what? I fancy adding a little bit of red on that somehow. I'd do some splatters, but I won't now because it's tea time. What am I having for me tea? I made myself a chickpea. It were a weird combo last night, but it were well nice. Chickpea and vegan sausage ovs. And I made my homemade hummus. Lemon and coriander. So that's what I'm having for me tea. Starving. Thank you so much. It's been lovely to have your company. Thank you, Anne. We've loved listening to your life story.